Howdy. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Rich Off Gains Podcast. It's your boy CB checking back in with you all. Happy Money Mondays, man. I hope you all are having a great start to your week. It is a short week this week in the market. Short week for everybody, I believe. It's, going into the weekend, 4th of July weekend, so Independence Day. I think we're celebrating our 250th year of being a USA, United States of America, so that's pretty cool. I got my red, white, and blue hat, as you see the straw hat. And we out here, man, at the golf course, as y'all see in the background, working, getting to it, man. So we can't let that stop us from getting our content in and making sure we delivering the good word to y'all who are watching and tuning in every week. So we appreciate y'all tuning in. Without further ado, let's get right to it. But before we get started, I wanted to touch on a few things, man. You got to be willing to sacrifice so much to gain and get further along in life. Sacrificing time with your family, sacrificing time to yourself, sacrificing time to enjoy yourself and do the things that you want to do. You got to be willing to sacrifice these things and put them aside for a period of time to lock in and do the things that you got to do in order to get the results that you want to get. Because without that sacrifice, it's going to be super difficult to obtain anything of value and that has real meaning and holds real weight to your life. So understand that there's going to be seasons of life where you must take sacrifices and make sacrifices in order to gain something that you have not obtained before. Today, y'all, we're going to talk about what it takes to win. A lot of people don't understand that, and then as I just mentioned, sacrifices. The level most people want to get to don't obtain it because they don't understand what it takes to get there. They don't understand the level of intention, the level of focus, the level of deep commitment it takes to get the result, which is a win, which is a successful outcome. So we're going to talk about 5 things that successful people do, people that win in big ways do in order to win. Most people that win have a strong vision as to why they're doing what they're doing. They have a strong why. They have a strong purpose for the thing that they're doing and trying to pursue. So they understand that it's not going to be easy. They understand that there's going to be times where it's going to be upsets and moments that don't come out the way you expected them to. You're going to have bad results, poor results, results that you didn't expect, the goals didn't hit the way you wanted them to. And throughout all of that, they still show up. They don't let the emotions kick in to the point where they can't make a move or make a decision. They don't allow themselves to get emotional in the process. They just stay consistent in showing up and doing the thing that they need to do because they know why they're doing what they're doing. They're not just doing it for no reason. They have a true intent and true reason behind it. And so you have to have a deep purpose behind the thing that you're doing and understand that it's not going to be easy. And in this time of it not being easy, relying on that why to continue to show up will be what pushes you forward through the seasons where you're not doing the best. So just remember that on your journey, that you have to have a strong reason as to why you want the things that you want. If it's not strong enough, the chances of you getting it is going to be very, very low. The second thing is you got to be disciplined. The discipline is what separates the successful winning to the unsuccessful losers. If you're not showing up even when it's boring, if you're not showing up when there's nothing going on, if you're not showing up when there's no motion, you're going to lose. In order to win, you got to show up consistently. You got to be disciplined with showing up. You got to be disciplined with putting in the effort, showing up with the energy, the same energy every single day. When the market's up, when the market's down, when the news is good, when the news is bad, when everything isn't going your way, you still got to show up. You got to stay disciplined on this journey because this is a very, very intensive journey. When you're trying to be an entrepreneur, a CEO, you're trying to be a business owner, when you're trying to become an athlete and get on a major team or a major league, when you're trying to pursue nursing, when you're trying to pursue anything that is of high in level of importance, it takes discipline and it takes consistently showing up. You got to show up. No matter what, you gotta show up. You gotta put your emotions to the side, stay disciplined, stay locked in, stay hard, stay hungry, and push forward to get to that goal. Not only do winners win, but they also lose. But they don't just lose. they learn. They learn what led them to that outcome. What got them that result that they got in the first place? How did they get there? Every trader doesn't look at a loss as a loss. They look at it as a lesson. Like, okay, what could I have done differently in the market? What went wrong? What did I do? What did I not see? What went wrong? Every business owner, whenever they make a bad decision in the business, how could I have prevented this? What could have gone differently? What could I have done differently? They're not asking, or they're not saying, why did this happen to me? Why me? Why me? Why me? They're asking the right questions and figuring out the answers to those questions so they know how to move forward. You gotta learn from your losses. They're not losses, they're lessons. You gotta learn from your losses and turn them into lessons. That's gonna help you get closer to winning more and becoming that winning version of you. You have to learn from your losses. Not just look at a loss as a loss, but use that loss as a lesson. Another thing winners do is they surround themselves with other winners. You gotta surround yourself with a group of winners and people who have a mentality of not being average. They wanna be above average, they wanna be above the standard. And now necessarily, that's exactly that. You want to be in a group of individuals who set better expectations for themselves and want better for themselves, and not only themselves, but their future family and whoever it is that they're trying to bring into their reason why they're doing what they're doing. You gotta surround yourself with people who are holding you accountable, who are truthful in what they think about what decisions you're making, who are not gonna just be yes men and saying things that are just agreeing to you and allowing you to do whatever. Because that's the type of behavior that will not allow you to see the results that you want to see. That's the type of behavior that will prevent you from getting where you're trying to go. You gotta surround yourself with winning mentality, like-minded individuals, people who are aligned with your energy and want more out of themselves and expect more out of you as well because you're their friend. You don't want to be surrounded by a group of people who don't have intentions on making you become a better version of yourself. Surround yourself with people who want to see a better version of you. That's going to really help prevent you from a lot of BS, because a lot of BS comes from being around the wrong people and the wrong crowds and getting involved in the wrong things. Wrong place, wrong time. You know what I'm saying? You being a product of your environment doesn't allow you to flourish and grow the way you need to because you're trapped in a box. Meanwhile, you're a beautiful flower, but you're just trapped in a box. You're not allowing yourself to be seen by the world because you're in a box. You got to get out the box. You got to be in the grass and be somewhere in the forest or something like that that's going to help you be seen. But you can't be seen if you surround yourself with people that aren't aligned with what your energy is and your mentality is. Lastly, you want to have faith. Whatever you do, whether it works or doesn't, have faith that it will. Have confidence that it will. Be confident in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do anything you put your mind to because you can. There's not one person on this earth who isn't capable of doing something that somebody else is. Granted, everybody does things differently, but that doesn't negate the fact that you're not capable of doing it. You're very capable. It's just about how intentional you are about doing the thing and how much do you believe in the thing working. You gotta have belief in the thing working, otherwise it won't work. Have faith in what you're doing, believe in what you're doing, and everything will come to fruition in due time. So with that being said, if you want to win, you got to really lock in. You got to really take yourself to that state of mind where nothing can get in your way. Nothing can distract you. Nothing can make you emotionally driven to do things that don't align with what you're trying to do. You have the reasons why you want to do what you want to do. You have the right people around you. You have the confidence and the belief in the thing, and you're disciplined. There's no way you can lose. No way you can lose. Stay hungry. Go win. Investment tip of the week. Don't let the market price you out. It's important that you, as much as you can, as much as you can control, do not allow the market to price you out. If you allow the market to price you out, you will miss out on so many opportunities. The market presents opportunities every single day. So if you are taking the money that you're making out of the account and going and spending it on something else, now granted, if you have expenses and bills and responsibilities you got to take care of, that's fine. I'm talking about the excusable expenses, the ones that you don't need to really go use and do the things you're trying to do with it. Go buy nice food, go buy nice cars, nice clothes, all these other things. You're pricing yourself out the market by doing that. Granted, yeah, you can day trade it, you can get it back, whatever, But what if you just had that extra amount of money added to your position size? Now you're making more than what you was making before because you have more size added to the trade, or more size added to your investments. Don't allow yourself to get priced out of these opportunities by simply taking the money and putting it in the wrong places. Yes, we can make the money, but now we got to keep the money so we can make the money make more money for us. That's the goal. We want to establish a foundation that is taking us out of the mind frame of being the day trader or being the person that's working hard to get this pay, to being the person that's letting the money make money for us. And we seeing revenue and a cash flow come in from the dividends we got invested, from the capital gains we got returned from the investments we making, from all these other things that the money is doing on its own. We're not having to touch a thing, touch a dime, touch nothing. We just letting the money do what it got to do. We sitting back, enjoying ourselves, vacationing with our families, and taking care of ourselves. We can't do that if we keep pricing ourselves out the market. So don't let yourself get priced out the market by doing the wrong things with your money that you're making. Put the money where it needs to be, let it sit, let it grow, and then reap the rewards of your labor, or reap the fruits of your labor. Until then, you got to plant those seeds and let those seeds grow. If you guys want more tips and tricks about day trading and investing, make sure to click the link in the bio, www.continuebelief.com. I share a lot of free resources and tools, tips and tricks about how to day trade, how to get started investing, and so much more. So make sure you guys check out the link in the bio. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to leave a like and follow. And yeah, see you guys later. Let's talk about Bitcoin. First off, we're going to talk about MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor, man. Michael Saylor broke his rule about never selling Bitcoin a few weeks, I think about a month ago, he broke his rule about never selling Bitcoin. He sold some Bitcoin off because it was coming down hard. It was coming down, pulling back a lot. His average price wasn't really lining up with where he expected it to, the value of Bitcoin to be. And fast forward to now, he's now put himself in a worse position because the value of where his average cost is compared to where Bitcoin is at right now is less than his average cost. And so now that's preventing him to now get approved for funding. And this is an important lesson for any business owner. You never want to over leverage with debt. You never want to over expose yourself to too much debt. Too much debt is a bad thing. Good debt is one thing. Bad debt is another thing. Bad debt is bad debt. Good debt is good debt. You want to expose yourself to really good debt. Have assets that you can have as collateral and have it invested into something that you can, have assets that's as collateral for a loan. Have that loan invested in something that is generating enough revenue to not only pay that loan back, but to also give you more back on the back end. Michael Saylor just was too strong and aggressive on his approach to Bitcoin. I don't think he's wrong about the value of Bitcoin being what it's worth in the future, but it's just too strong and aggressive right now, especially for the current economy that we're in. It's going to take time for something like that to play out. So he put himself in a position now to where he's not able to get approved for any more funding to buy more Bitcoin if he wanted to. He can only use what he currently has. And I think that is also at risk to possibly being liquidated because of marginal risk and things of that nature. I'm not sure what the structure is for the overall company and the investors that are invested in it, but I'm pretty sure investors can make a suggestion to liquidate said investments, unless they are very confident and believe and they have diamond hands alongside MicroStrategy, which would be great, because I think Bitcoin has a lot more room to move down lower. We're currently sitting at that 60K price, and I think that as long as we hold between this 60K and this 59K valuation, we can hold it here and we can push back higher. I definitely believe that. We've hit this level before, we've bounced off this level, went back up to 70K, closer to 80K. I believe that we can hold here and push back up. But if we break that level, we can see lower. And I think that my intended target that I predicted a few months back, 50K, is within reality and within reach as well. Only thing is holding it up is really the 59K. So if Bitcoin fails to hold 59K, it's done for. It's going to 50K. From there, I believe it can hold 50K and bounce back up, but it's not guaranteed. It can possibly dip lower. Some analysts believe it'll go down to 20K. I don't think that would be the case, but if that were to happen, best believe I'm going to be loading the boat. So should you be buying Bitcoin? Absolutely. I think this is a good investment opportunity for Bitcoin if you are a believer in the crypto space. I think you should be buying Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the leading crypto in the cryptocurrency space. So 60K is not a bad price. I like it at 50K even more. Anything less than 50K, I think I like it even more than that, because if it's said to be worth $1 million one day, and we're able to get it at such a discounted price, why not grab it? You know, risk what you're willing to risk in it, of course, but definitely get some exposure to crypto. Ethereum, XRP, I don't have too much of an opinion on Ethereum. I don't trade it. I don't look at it too much. It's currently sitting around 1,500. I think that it's probably a good price as well. Pricing somewhere closer to 1,000. I believe its all-time high prices is somewhere around 5K. So this is also a very discounted valuation to get for Ethereum as well if you want to buy Ethereum. How I look at Ethereum and Bitcoin is like Bitcoin being gold and Ethereum being silver, which we'll talk about next. But yeah, I believe that, you know, where Ethereum's at right now is not a bad price. If you guys like Ethereum, I definitely think you guys should be investing into it and buying more exposure to it as well. And then if it comes down to 1,000, that'd be even better. Be an even better price to buy Ethereum at. Now, XRP, I'm an investor in XRP. I believe XRP has room to go up. I haven't been keeping up with the story of XRP, but I just believe in the idea of XRP being a stable coin and, you know, being a government-based stable coin for the government to use. So I do believe that it can go back up. $1 is a very, very, very good price in my opinion. If it comes down to like 80 cents, 90 cents, 70 cents, even better price. The lower it goes, I think it's a better price to buy. All these are pretty much in buying territory, so definitely look to get some exposure to crypto if you're not already exposed to crypto. Moving on, let's talk about gold and silver. So we've seen over a 25% pullback in gold, currently sitting somewhere around 4K. For silver, we've seen over a 55% pullback, sitting closer to about $60. Should you be buying commodities? Should you be buying gold? Should you be buying silver? We had the outstanding performance of gold going into this year, seeing the pullback to where it's at now. My targets are closer to where we're at right now. We're sitting somewhere around 4K. That is one of the levels I have marked off on my charts to buy at. But I would like to see it come lower, closer to 3,500 to 3,600. That would be the second level I would look to load the boat, I should say, on gold. So those are the two levels I have for gold. I believe that gold is in buying territory, especially as the equities continue to rise and push higher. When fear kicks in, people typically transition to something more safe like gold. So if gold is coming down to these prices right now, I still think that gold can run to $6,000 by the end of this year. We're currently at $4,000. That's a $2,000 return, close to 50% return on your investment if it were to go to that price. Will it go there? I don't know. I just predict that it will. I feel that it will go there, so I think that it's worth buying at this price. For silver, $50 was my target. We're at $60, which isn't a bad price either. If you're a believer in silver and you like the silver story, silver is not a bad investment right now at $60. But I do think it can come down lower to $50. So that would be my preferred price to buy gold, silver at if I were to buy it. I'm not too much of a believer in long-term investing in. I believe that it's more of a day trade or, you know, a trade rather than an investment. But, you know, precious metals, commodities all have their values. Gold is the most valuable, of course, so I believe that you should put most of your money in gold and don't try to do anything different. You want to invest in the leaders. You want to invest in the ones, the companies and the leaders of each individual sector. You don't want to diversify and try to do other things. You can, that's your choice, but why? Why make it harder for yourself when you know there's an easier way to do it? Even when you're doing the easy way, it's not even easy sometimes because it's a little more difficult too, because it's just a lot of options and it's so complex, especially with tech, having the different sectors of tech in it. You got semiconductor software, you got memory, like it's so many different versions of tech to invest in as well. It's already hard in itself to know what is the main investment. There's no right answer to investing. You just have to invest and buy low at the right time and then sell high at the right time. Or not even the right time, but just sell high and see a return on your investment. That's the goal. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts on commodities. Those are my thoughts on crypto. Comment below your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is a good buying opportunity or a bad buying opportunity? I believe that it really is a good buying opportunity for commodities and crypto alike. And they have a lot more room to go up. Also, I think, you know, the financial sector has room to go as well. Companies like Robinhood, I feel they have room to grow. Companies like Visa, MasterCard, of course, those are the leaders in the financial sector. Healthcare, J&J, Eli Lilly, we're seeing a little bit of a run up there. Software Tech, Microsoft, Oracle. These are all companies I believe that have tremendous value that are just undervalued right now. So if you guys want to diversify and put money in the market, there's some opportunities out there that are worth putting into. Netflix is another one. Netflix has been pulling back a lot lately, but I do believe that Netflix has room to run higher. It's just been building a base at the $70 level. I believe that it can bounce off this level, pushing back up to highs, possibly new all-time highs, if it holds with conviction. So those are my thoughts. We have a lot of buying opportunity in the market. We're going to the second half of the year. Stay ready for new opportunities, because there's always new opportunities in the market, as I mentioned before. So with that being said, y'all, this will conclude today's episode. I thank you all for tuning in. We switched up the scenery a little bit. We out here at the golf course, operating the LED board. So having some fun out here, man. Fun in the sun. It's hot. My tent broke. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Thug it out and make the most of it. So see you guys same time, same place next week. Stay safe. Stay blessed. God bless you all. Peace.